Innovative di Hatiku represents a slogan that focuses on prioritizing community and future students, especially from the B40 groups. The spirit that arises from this slogan is to continue the effort to always give and help the community and prospective students in need. This slogan should remain a principle in every innovative citizen, so that this slogan is spoken in every community throughout the state in Malaysia, and make innovative as the main option to pursue higher education.
Inovatif di hatiku. Inovatif di hatiku.
Inovatif di hatiku.
Inovatif di hatiku.
Innovative di hatiku.
Okay, hi. Good afternoon. Selamat petang and selamat sejahtera. Very good afternoon to everyone. So today we have a very good topic to discuss. That's about the future of law enforcement. Since I am lecturing for the law students, so this is the time for us to share some thoughts and views about the future of the law enforcement. So on behalf of that, I've invited my student, those who have been studied with me. Angeline is with us today to share her views and her thoughts about law enforcement. So before that, I would like to like to give the space to Angeline to introduce herself so that today's viewers would know who they are watching and to know about you more, Angeline. The floor is yours.
Okay. Hi everyone. My name is Ssukumaran. I'm studying diploma in law enforcement in IIC, and thank you.
Currently in which currently in which semester now?
I'm in semester 2.
Mm-hmm. In semester 2, okay. So she had been with me from semester 1, if I'm not mistaken, Angeline, yeah? Right? So I've been teaching her from semester 1 and sorts of general subjects, but based on her performance in the class, she deserved to be in the live today. All right, so when we talk about law enforcement, there is a lot of things that we need to take in concern, because when we are talking about a law, that one is being constituted by the constitutions of Malaysia, which is already, how to say in Malay, memang dah ada dalam perlembagaan persekutuan. All right, it's already in the constitution of the law. So briefly, when we're talking about a law, anything that related in the life is a law. Right? Even if you're going to buy things in a shop, okay, if you wrongly stated the price, you will be undergo a law statement, right? So everything comes back here and there is a law. So what is this understanding? You've already been 2 semesters in Innovative International College. So what is this, the main understanding that Angeline knows and Angeline understands about law enforcement? Maybe Angeline can share about it.
So first of all, I choose this law enforcement because I got interest in this subject and this course. So overall, it's actually a case comparing to the next courses. So all the lectures are good actually. Till now, I never feel uncomfortable with the lecturers. The way they lecture and everything is like perfect. So yeah.
Okay, so when we're talking about this law enforcement, right, it's something, sometimes people will have the tendency of getting confused when we're talking about law. Is it a lawyer, right? Mainly people need to know law enforcement is the career that is quite demanding. For example, more to public servant like police, the one who will be working in customs, and the one who will be working more basis to a law, okay, because you need to undergo the law, right? So when we're talking about this law enforcement also, we cannot get to confuse, is it something related to a current lawyer? Okay, current lawyer, they need to know about law and constitution A to Z. Even a small mistakes they need to know. But when it comes to law enforcement, it's only emphasized and it's only applied into causes that is related to related to police, related to JPJ, related to customs, so all this type of things. So what makes Angeline to have a choice to choose law enforcement, since there's a lot of causes? So what makes Angeline to have the desire of choosing this law enforcement?
So basically, I have interest in cops, police, police. Besides that, actually, there's 2 more courses, right? Policing and investigation. But law enforcement have a wider space, as what Sir said. They have customs and immigration, and even involved police. So that's why, because law enforcement is a wider space, that's why I choose this.
All right, a very good thing that you shared, Angeline. There is police and investigation. There's 2 different departments. All right.
Yeah.
When we goes to police, or maybe when we goes to a law, there's 2 different departments to find out whether the suspect has been suspected to do the criminal things or not. That will not undergo the police already. They will be sending towards the investigation department. Because police in the ground route, maybe we will say police, yes, they will be doing all this type of things. They will be going investigating and everything. But the thing is, police, they will be having their own duty, that is everyday's task that need to be done. Okay, so this type of things, obviously, they're going to send to this investigation department, so that investigation department will be able to take some decision towards it. right? So how Angeline C investigation department is playing their roles that can related to law enforcement? Is it something that related or is out of the box, maybe from your perspective of view?
It is related actually, because like we have investigation. So mostly it is actually relevant to investigations. It is, yeah.
It is relevant to investigation, yeah. All right, and also when it comes to investigation, people should be having tendency, even students, upcoming students should be have the tendency of investigation is not something like the investigation that will be done in the school, right? When the teachers will be asking, do you steal the things or did you take the people's things, never give it back, right? That is a school level basis or maybe a primary level basis. But the thing is, when it comes to these cops or maybe when it comes to this investigation department, the questions and the level of questions they ask is something that we will be not expected. I think, Angeline, you know this. We will be not expecting the questions, and I think even criminologists also will be having this. Criminologists also will be having the tendency of to know about this law. All right, maybe they will be having some sorts of how to say the law is. Need to be answered, okay, because the questions will be asking, so they need to be answered the questions they need to answer the questions on time. All right, so that's what under this investigation department. And also most probably the investigation department, as I know, they will be a criminologist. All right,
Yeah.
there will be a criminologist together with them, because even the counselors also sometimes tendency of not getting the right answer, but the criminologists, they tendency to get the right answers, because everything based playing on the law. All right, the investigation department, obviously they will be having one counselors with them, and also there will be a investigator. The criminologists will be sitting down with them to find out the cause source of these causes, where it's from. Right, so we got a new source of information where this how to say, where this police and investigation, even though different, but law enforcement have this more wider space to go. All right, so how Angeline's going to see yourself maybe in 10 years of the time in law enforcement? How do you going to see yourself?
So basically, I guess I'll be somewhere in that field. As I'm mentioned in three fields, right? I'm going to be, and of course, I'm gonna achieve my goals. Yeah.
Okay, so how once you achieve your goals in the law enforcement, so what is this what are your contribution, mainly contribution for the country, society, and also your family? So how, what's the country, what will be your contribution for the country?
So basically, I guess we'll know how the crime works and everything, so we can aware the society to be like more secured, and maybe in future, I don't know, maybe there's a lot of technology, but I guess like the crime is actually increasing. So by contributing ourselves, so we can actually like reduce the crime, maybe like that.
Oh, okay. We are going to talk something related. It just clicked on my mind. We're going to talk. We're going to share something that is current basis. So, how does Angeline sees this pandemic COVID-19? All right. Have you seen now suicide cases is a lot? Right,
Yeah.
people are suiciding because of they are jobless, even they are so many people is suicide. Even 1 week before also I see a university student, right, suicide, two of them from UiTM, they suicide. So how does Angeline see in the perspective of law, is it this is an emotional attack, number one, or is it their own decisions of the own decision? They say, okay, suicide is the last decision they want to take, number two. Or maybe they already feel that life is no destination, life is lifeless, or anything. So what in this perspective, how Angeline see in each and every perspective, as I mentioned?
Depending on the ages. So if let's say someone's they are committed suicides because of they don't have the work. Some of them are stressed out. Like for example, like past week, right? Got one student. That one is like stressed. So that one doesn't go under the third category. But for the one who suicide just because they don't have financially, they are not stable, or just because they have lost their job, that one then can go under the third category, sir.
They can go under the category. Yeah. So, what will be your advice as a law enforcement student? So, what will be your advice? Even I need to share to you, right? Before this lockdown happened, okay, before the big lockdown from June happened, so I took Grab to my house, all right, from LRT station. I took Grab to my house. So the one who was driving the Grab, right, the one who was driving the Grab, I was speaking because I usually will be going into the Grab. I will be not silent. I'll be talking to them, right? So they will be not feeling that bored when bringing the car. So I was talking to the Grab driver, and then the Grab driver was talking to me and just bringing me to my house. On the way was reached my house. So I was asking him what job he did, how many years was he bringing the car. All right. He is a person supposed to go under category of suicide. Okay. He was a co-pilot. Okay. He was co-pilot for Malaysian Airlines. All right. For the first lockdown happened. So there will be no chance for him. So he says he needs to survive because he's already have his own house, own family, own car, and everything. And he shared to me, right, from getting a 5-figure income, all right, for 1 month, he dropped it down to getting a figure of income for 3-figure income for now. Okay, so he almost under the level of he was sharing to me while he's driving, so he was almost under the level of commit suicide. Then I asked him, how did you manage to tackle the pressure, and how did you manage? So he only says number one is the mind need to be calm, right? Number one. And then number two, he said he put himself more nearer to the God, because as you know, pilots, okay, even they will be not having time to spend in these praying places or anything. As we need to know in our mindset, pilot is a God actually, all right, because he's the one bringing us to fly, and we don't know whether he bringing the plane will be reaching out the destination on the correct time or not. We don't know, okay. Only the pilots will be known, pilot and co-pilots. Okay, so then he was be telling me that even still he's having the pressure, but he says life needs to move on. Okay, cannot be in static one situation. Life needs to move on so that he able to come up in the life, right? So I was giving him some motivation. I said, this is not a solutions for sir to take go for commit suicides or anything. Never mind, there is a still chance for you to bring the Grab. All right, still you can earn the money. It's there, still you can earn. So and some more, God never leave you like that. All right, you still have the opportunities to come up. Okay, so it's something, how to say, as you said, it's something fall under the third category, as I mentioned. So how to say, it's quite interesting about to know. And then this topic is currently related to the students, those who are taking law enforcement, because I'm teaching the current new batch students who's taking law enforcement. All right, what subject did you like the most, especially in law enforcement? Name me about 2 subjects.
So far, like I've done a lot of subject, but then the most interesting subject is in semester 4, if I'm not mistaken. It's like introduction to crime and logic, something like that. So, so the subjects I've learned, first is community service, because that's my favorite subject, because it was my first subject in this college. So I like the subject. And then I also like business ethics and what else? Management, business management, and IT, because we have learned all the subjects. So far, I like all because the lectures are so good, actually. Yeah.
Okay. How when you're talking about business ethics, so I think ethics is something related to law also. All right. Without the ethic, I think you can't even be a policeman. You can't be even being in a corps. You can't even be sitting in the investigation department. Everything applies to ethics, what we are doing. All right. So how did you see? Is it ethics is one of these main important priority that we need to give when we apply into this law enforcement, or maybe ethics is something that we need to carry ourselves every day. How did you see the ethics?
Ethic is something we have to carry every day. Because like this is what I learned. Like if I'm not, this is what I learned. Like, we cannot show our mood to everyone. Even though we are sad, we cannot show our mood to them. Even we are angry, we cannot show our anger to someone else because we can pressure them too. So yeah, ethics is something we have to do in a daily basis.
It will turn out, as I said, yeah, we are not allowed to show the anger. We are not allowed to show everything to the people. But I think there is different types of people. Emotions also different. How we are going through five fingers is not the same. Emotions also will be not the same. Right. So like how you, because as I know that you're taking subjects now is common subjects that need to be taken first. All right. So as you said, you will be having interesting subject for upcoming in semester 4, criminal law. All right. So how did Angeline criminal law and also the normal law? So what is this different? Maybe Angeline, can you just tell me briefly about introduction? Maybe I think you know somehow because you are law students, so maybe you'll be knowing. So what is the difference between criminal law and also the difference between normal law?
I guess normal law is like a basic law, and the criminal law we have to undergo about how we have to catch them. So basically, when including psychology and everything, including the crime and everything. So we have to learn every single thing about the crime and how we handle the situation and everything. Law is basic law, like it's like we just like we are just like reading the report. I mean, like okay, something like this. Laws about crime is something like we are doing the report, and a basic law is like they refer to our report. So I like the law. I like to do the law. I like
report.
to do. I like to do the report.
So is it a normal law enforcement people? Okay, this is the question that Angeline need to share. Maybe upcoming law enforcement students will be knowing about it, or maybe they'll be getting some info from you. Is it this upcoming generation, the one who going to further studies in law enforcement, is it they need to know each and every single of normal law?
I don't think so, because like we will study that, and I guess like we will learn more. Even though before I'm entering to this law enforcement course, I only know a little bit of laws. But once I'm studying, I'm actually getting to know a lot of laws that we actually do. I mean, like it's actually currently active in our country. Yeah.
So what is the example of law that you, Angeline, get to know?
Basics law, I mean, like this is my semester 2, so I don't know yet the crime laws, but like basics laws about like for example, like basics law, like pakaian or everything, like as sir I mentioned earlier, the price is detected, then we have to go under law. That's what I learned. I mean, like I learned this in my course in semester 1. Yeah.
So
law. Yeah.
So it is like from basic law, it will go under deeply to these criminal laws, right?
Yeah.
So is it a criminal law, all right? When one studied about criminal law, because as I know, criminal law is a very different context, right? When one study about criminal law, because I have policemen's friends, okay, I have in Bukit Aman, I have 2 policemen as my friends, all right? So they'll be sharing to me about what they'll be sharing to me. They are very good in investigation, right? Even they can talk to you and they can know what is your next move. Okay. Even the psychologists can't read their mind, right? They will be talking to you normal, but they know what you're going to do the next. Okay, so this is the people will be sitting down in this criminal law. Okay, he told me that normal people will be not sitting in this department. Mostly the people who will be sitting is all this type of criminal people. They'll be thinking criminally. All right, the next move what we will do. All right, even if you see the cases is very high cases. For example, the case of a death. All right, if the death occurs because of normal death, then it's okay. We can settle it down. If the death occurs because of killing, all right, you can see sometimes the policeman can't, a policeman, a policewoman can't afford to ask so much of questions to the crime. The end up, the only way they will do is they'll bring this dog, right? You can see this anjing police, right? They will bring, the dog is very smart. It's a criminal dog. It's a criminal dog. Okay, they trained well. They trained well so that it will investigate. That's why you see when the dog is entered, he won't see people's eyes. He will go and find for the places. Right, so how to say this is under this law, criminal law, some part of categories. Okay, this one is this interesting questions that which Angeline never expected. All right, when we talk about law and everything, all right, there is always a barrier in the family, because when we're talking about law, when we're talking about medicine, all these type of careers is quite heavy careers. Okay, when you are a girl, after girl you're going to be a woman in the family, you will be having certain ages that you need to go through for a higher level, which is maybe you'll be settling down as a family woman and so on. So certain families, they will be not encouraging their kids or their kids or their siblings to go over for this law, medicine, because the ages need to undergo. Maybe you'll be having a family, you'll become a woman for the family, you need to take care of your husband's side and so on. So how does Angeline's families encourage about entering into this? Because as I know, police, when you said about policemen is a lot, police woman is very less. And if the woman become a police, the character of the woman partially need to be like a guy, ready to be very strict. So how Angeline see this in the context of your side?
So basically, before I'm finishing my SPM, I got into this crime and I was very interested in solving this crime scenes and everything. So my father noticed that. And
example of crime things that you started to
yeah, it's like a serial killer like that, sir. So how they catch the serial killer and everything, it's from the UK and stuff like that, because Malaysia don't have any serial killer so far. I mean, like they have, but not as much as they have in UK. So I see that, and how they investigate and how they overcome this crime and everything. It was quite interesting. Then my father saw that, and my father was like, "Hey, you be a police lah." Then my father was actually encouraged. My father was the one who encouraged me to enter. Then my mother was like, "Okay, you be." Then everything. My family is actually very supportive to me. So they was like, "You want to do this, you can do this." Yeah, they was like that.
So maybe in future, maybe in 5 to 10 years, maybe you will be having your family, because as I know, when you already enter into a civil servant, right? If you're saying about law, means you're going to be a servant for the government, right? So to go to certain rank, rank of positions, it will be taking times maybe 5 to 10 years, all right? Maybe 10 years and above, all right, to another higher positions. And also plus they are going to send you for a lot of kursus here and there, and so much of things that need to be done. So what is the ultimate goal of Angeline? In which highest level do you want to go?
Oh, my highest level is like, actually basically I'll enter the corps first, because once my diploma, I'll enter the corps. It's considered as sergeant, I guess. Then once I've completed my degree, then it's inspector. Then from the inspector, I have to move on. So my first goal is like to go into under inspector. That's my first goal. Then after that, I'll just continue my journey. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So which means like you already pre-planned this very earlier.
Yeah.
Okay. So very interesting, because listening from the perspective of a student, those who are studying in this course, is something different that we can see. right? And it's also not that easy to have the sense from students who already be noticing, be doing about everything about law and so on. Okay, one of it is you, all right? So you are actually lucky because as you know, percentage of people or people who are coming into furthering studies is most of them will be girls, you know, all right? When coming into higher education, right, most of them is girls will be coming, right? When you go to public universities, right, you can see a lot of them will be girls, right? They'll be coming, half of the classes will be girls, only minority will be the boys. But why I throw the questions to you is because when we're talking about law, is something called very hard. You know, the work is very, not to say very hard. Your aura, your stamina need to be pushed to the hard level. All right, you cannot be very soft spoken to people. All right, you need to know how you need to turn and change your face for a while to get up from the cases, to ask the truth from the people. All right, so there is a lot of things that need to be undergo. And certain women, yes, of course, it's quite hard for them to take it or to know because you know, maybe they are from a very homely families, you know, maybe they are from very humble families, they came in. So coming into this firm of law enforcement, the way they talk also need to be changed. All right, it's not the way that we are talking, but they will be having their own way. As I know, I think Angeline also know, you will be sending into a lot of trainings, all right, trainings here and there to investigate, to know and everything, so that people will be having tendency of knowing what is the truth and what is this not true. Okay, moving to the last part for the section today. How do Angeline see, right, the future of law enforcement in our country, Malaysia, and which part that we need to improve? Maybe you can give some suggestions. Which part that we need to add on extra so that we can perform the best in future?
So, I guess like now currently the raping case has been increases due to this MCO. The raping case has been increases.
Yeah,
So
I noticed that also.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I it's like we women as a women we have to fight for it and we have to be brave and I guess the law system must be a bit harder for the one for the rapist so that the others won't like involve themselves in rape and rather than that I guess it's like not normal small thieves and I guess we have to upgrade our system a bit. I mean, like maybe upgrade our law so that when someone is who wants to and who wants to like, they feel they want to do this crime, they have they'll be scared before they want to do, before like they deciding to do that, they'll be scared of what's the outcoming of this and everything like that. So our law has to be strong enough to make sure that no crimes has will be no crime will be done in the future. So I guess the law is stronger lah.
Okay, another last question, right? When we are talking about the law, which means like the law, the current law need to be implemented with a new strategies or maybe some new add-on things so that people will be not taking things for granted. Okay, when we're talking about these raping cases, yes, of course, all right. Some of these certain cases will be not that thick and skin. They'll be taking actions, but you know, just for formality, right? So need to be taken into consideration. So, what is Angeline's advice, all right, for the students, those who intends to further into law, and the advice from Angeline for the students who are currently studying in IIC in law enforcement?
I guess we have to we have most students must join this course because like we are actually lacking of students. Like for me, I'm in semester 2, but there's actually a few of Indian. I mean, like a few of girls in this field. So I guess like more girls should join in this law enforcement courses and to maybe encourage them like to maybe give them some self defense and everything.
Self-defense is very important for everyone, right? That's why they have taekwondo classes and selambum classes and so much of classes, right? For defense ourselves and something happened to us, right? So I think today's sharing from Angeline, one of the good student and the best student in my class, can give a good impact for the students, those who are doing the course of law enforcement. And also, maybe you'll be having some sort of thoughts for the future. How does the future of law enforcement is going to be, so that they will be able to briefly take decisions to join the college for this upcoming law enforcement courses, and also they might be being a good servant in the future for this law enforcement field. All right, I think that's all from us. And Angeline, thank you so much for having a good session and sharing with us your view of thoughts today. I hope in future we will might having a good sessions. Maybe we'll be talking about another series about law enforcement. We focus on criminologies, maybe. All right. So thank you so much, and then we will be meeting up in next live sessions. All right. Thank you so much.
And thank you for inviting me too. It's my pleasure.
All right. Thank you. Alright, thank you.
Saya Cik Am, Senior Counselor, inovatif di hatiku.
Hai, saya Aiza, inovatif di hatiku.
Saya Yahurin Muhammad Yasin, inovatif di hatiku.
Hai, nama saya Kana, inovatif di hatiku. Saya Aini, inovatif di hatiku.
Saya Arisha, inovatif di hatiku.
Hai, saya Ain, inovatif di hatiku.
Saya Wanu Fazira, inovatif di hatiku.
Saya Nurfahana binti Zul, inovatif di hatiku. Saya Asma Amanina, inovatif di hatiku.
Hai, saya Hamka, inovatif di hatiku.
Saya Muhammad Helmi bin Abdul Rahman, inovatif di hatiku.
Nama saya Nurul Al-Akila, penolong pendaftar Kolej Inovatif Antarabangsa, inovatif di hatiku.
Hai, nama saya Ahmad Faiz bin Al-Razak, inovatif di hatiku.
Saya Abdul Rahman bin Kasbi, pendaftar Kolej Antarabangsa Inovatif. Inovatif di hatiku.
Inovatif di hatiku.